hear me out on this. Just kidding. So the high grade for the, let's say, mixed response Police Zaku from Gundam Gquuuuuux is here, and I was really on the fence about it when the design came out, but after building this kit, I am now buying stocks of this Zaku. Hopefully by the end of the video, I can get you to buy some as well. Anyways, let's begin the unboxing. So here we have the box of the high grade military Police Zaku, and the box art is looking pretty great. It is illustrated by Chifuyu Yukishiro. And interestingly enough, like the Gquuuuuux box art, it includes decals in the art, which is usually not the case for most Gunpla box art. Besides that, we look at the side and you can see that it is number 2 in the Mobile Suit Gundam Gquuuuuux line. Here at this side, we can see the kit painted up and posed with a little short description. Then here, we can have it in more dynamic poses with its armaments, and there are also some articulation gimmicks displayed. Let's open this up, shall we? We have a total of 3 bags of runners and a manual. Taking a good look at the manual, we can see the same box art with the description and story of the mobile suit, the list of runners, how to build it, and all the steps to assemble the model kit. At the back, we have the descriptions of the armaments it has, like the Zaku machine gun, the revolving emergency lights, the electric baton, and shield. Weirdly enough, they don't describe the heat hawk. Then we have the color guide. Onto the runners, we have a total of 8, spanning from A to H. So here we have runner A. It is multicolored. We have a random area that's in clear red, the tubes in a softer type plastic, and the red clear parts for the lights. Then we have an additional area for future variants. For runner B, we have it in dark gray. It is for the frame parts and the joints. Then we have runner C, which is the same dark gray, and it seems to be also for joints and the frame. Runner D we have in dark blue for the armor parts. Runner E in medium gray, which is for the accessories. Runner F, which is a single piece in this dark pale purple. Runner G, which is 2 pieces in the same blue. And finally Runner H, which is also in the same blue. We don't have color correcting stickers, but we do have a sticker decal sheet. Now let's get this thing assembled. So here's the kit assembled out of the box with no additional effort done besides adding the decals. I applied them because the manual tells you to add a lot of the decals while building the kit. Usually for decals it's optional and the guide is placed at the end. Maybe it's because the box art has all the decals on it, so it's essential to complete the look of the kit. Actually, the same thing is done for the Gundam Gquuuuuux build, so maybe this will be a common thing for the line. However, since these are stickers, they won't look very good up close. Due to the darker colors, the borders are visible and some of them are around round pieces, and a lot of the stripes wrap around pieces, which make them harder to place properly and will probably peel over time. They're also very difficult to place. So I suggest just waiting for the water slide decal set that will probably be coming for this model kit. There's already ones out for the Gquuuuuux, and for the stripes, painting it using masking would be pretty easy if you're up to it. Besides the dodgy use of stickers, the kit is fully color separated and there are no color correcting stickers except for the mono eye, which is an elevated part, so it would be easy to go over some paint. Though the inside of the thrusters are supposed to be in this red, but it's a high grade, it's not very common for that. There are also very few seam lines. There's only one in the torso, one in the forearms, and one in the calves, but the one in the calves is hidden as a panel line. It seems pretty simple enough to fix these. Maybe I'll do a video on fixing the seam lines. Let me know if you want to see that. Overall, the kit looks really good, and I was really on the fence about the design, but after building this, I am now a fan. I've built a lot of Zakus in my years in this hobby, and this is such a unique and fresh take. It is a really nice addition to the Zaku family. Here's a recent painted HG Zaku 2 F2 I quickly did a custom on compared to the Gquuuuuux Zaku. As you can see, the F2 is a really classic Zaku 2 design, while this kit is its wacky third cousin who was raised abroad. The most controversial part of this design are definitely those thighs, but after seeing them in person and moving them around, I've come to appreciate them. It really works well once you get it into more dynamic poses. Also, because of the design, the build experience is very unique. Especially for a Zaku, it is so different, I couldn't just autopilot build it. I really had to pay attention while I was assembling this kit. The construction is very unique, especially for the thighs. So that's it for the aesthetics. If you are still on the fence about this design, please give this model kit a shot. Once you have it in your hands, you'll definitely be converted into a fan, just like I did. Onto the gimmicks and accessories. This is what it comes with out of the box. We have 3 types of hands, 2 of which are fist holding hands and 1 open left hand. We also have an electric baton, the classic Zaku machine gun, a shield, and the Heat Hawk. So this is the standard Zaku loadout with the additional baton, but it's also redesigned to fit the Gquuuuuux aesthetic. The two holding hands are pretty standard for an HG. They have that big gap in the middle for holding stuff, but the open hand is really nice and detailed. They attach via a ball joint. Now on to the redesign of the Zaku machine gun. It is made to be a bit more bulky and has a decent amount of detail. There is a seam line though. It's in the middle, which seems to be about right for an HG weapon. The ammo magazine is detachable, though you can only get one. You can't attach it anywhere else. There's also a secondary handle that you can rotate so you can do the double-handed grip. The machine gun just goes into the holding hands via a sandwich. Also, there is no way to store it in the mobile suit, which is a bit unfortunate. So like the Gquuuuuux, the Police Zaku has a hawk too. But interestingly enough, they are different, even though canonically they should be the same. They're both made out of one piece, but the original Gquuuuuux axe has a wider blade and a shorter handle. It just attaches in the hand via the sandwich style. Unfortunately though, there's no place to attach this to the mobile suit. The baton is a single piece. It looks very simple, but it is a neat accessory unique to this version of the Zaku. Also, it just slides into the hand like so. Then, you can also store it in the shield. Then lastly, the shield. It attaches to either arm via a peg. It is also one piece, but it is nicely detailed, and you're supposed to place a decal, but it won't really look that good since it goes over lots of different details and is of a darker plastic. Overall, the accessories are nicely designed and they do look really good. But sadly, I do wish they could be stored on the mobile suit like most other Zakus. I also wish we got more hand options, but it is a high-grade gun, so that is expected. With all these accessories, you have lots of options. You can do different poses, different loadouts. They all do the job well. To the articulation. The head has a moving mono-eye gimmick. The head is also double jointed, so it can do the chicken neck movement. The shoulder joint has a back and forth moving gimmick. The arm is on a ball joint. The shoulder armor can rotate. There's a 360 upper bicep rotation. The elbow can go past 90 degrees. There is also rotation at the lower bicep. The hand is on a ball joint. We also have a really good torso bend. Really good for a Zaku, back and forth, really good. The torso is also on a ball joint, so it can rotate. The thruster on the waist can rotate. That looks a bit wrong. The one at the back can do as well. Now the back is a bit tricky to work with, but it can go to the side all the way there. Then we have a really good forward kick. There's nothing blocking the way, so it can go all the way up there. The thrusters on the thigh are also in ball joints, so it can rotate, move around all you want. The knee joint gets you a full bend, very nice. So the ankle joint has good outward movement and also pretty good inward movement. Then front and back also pretty good. Overall, the articulation is quite good for a Zaku. Since there's no additional tubing and no waist skirts, you can get some really good kicks. However, the thighs are very thick, so it does get in the way sometimes. Besides that, the articulation is good enough to get some really good poses both on the ground and in the air, and that's really the goal. Now let's summarize with my likes and dislikes. I like that the build and design is unique, especially for a Zaku. It is also very color accurate, as much as an HG could. It is also pretty affordable, so if you aren't sure about design, you can at least try it out. Lastly, the articulation is great, only limited by those thighs. For my dislikes, there are some seam lines, though they are easily fixable with some modeling skills. Next is a bit of a nitpick, but I wish you could store either the machine gun or the Heat Hawk together with the mobile suit. Lastly, it's the reliance on the sticker decals to complete the look. It's just better to wait for the water slides. All in all, the kit isn't perfect, but it does do the job of selling the design. If you are on the fence, please try it out. I do recommend it. So what do you guys think about the kit? Are you convinced to try one out? Please let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more Gunpla content every week.